How are you, man? John from the Maine today. You like pancakes?
So you're making these pancakes?
Oh, I'm making them right now, baby. Well, I mean, it's 2 ingredients.
Okay.
You know, you're living a bachelor life, right?
Yeah, at the moment.
How is that?
It's wonderful. I live in a garage.
You know what? That was actually going to be one of my questions.
A room with no windows.
What's that about?
I'm a sociopath.
What's garage life like?
I got all I need in there. I've got oxygen. I've got a bed. Got a piano.
Okay.
Got an organ.
And
got a guitar.
You're living in Arizona?
Living in Arizona. In Chandler.
Born and raised?
Born and raised. 29 years now?
29.
Yeah.
You look great.
I know.
Wouldn't expect it. Not a day over 20. So I've been enjoying watching the Maine this summer. I think you're a great frontman, and one of the reasons I really like watching you is because I feel like you just kind of say whatever comes to your mind. But what I really want to know is, what does it mean to successfully pipe it up? Like, how do you know when the crowd is piped?
You'd have to ask Migos, but
is that the reference?
I got it from.
Do you know those guys?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I will one day.
I like that confidence.
Successfully piping it up means just being in your element, you know? I don't necessarily need to see them go full pipe, but if I'm feeling completely piped, that's all I really
I want to know what full pipe looks like, though. I mean, I don't know if I've ever been there, or maybe I have and I just didn't know.
You've been there. When you're in the zone.
When you're in the zone.
You're fully piped.
You're fully piped.
Yeah.
So I also heard the other day when I was watching your set, jamming out, that you're the 5th best band on the tour.
It fluctuates.
It fluctuates, right.
Yeah.
But I want to know who is definitely not above the 5th top band. I'm super curious on who is the worst band on the tour.
To be honest,
I've been following you on Twitter for a while.
The flip.
Let's see the flip.
Nice.
Felt like that was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Been following you on Twitter for a while.
Sure.
I feel like you're full of wisdom. Is that something that you would agree with?
I'm full of
I mean, I can agree with that too. So you put out a book, or you put out a book?
Recently I put out just a collection of tweets that I have done. And it sounds kind of like a cop-out, but people were asking for it, and
I think it's cool.
And I had a buddy design it, so it's more of a design piece than it is. I don't know. It just felt fun.
I think it's a cool idea, and that's why I was like, it's inspirational and it's motivational, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff in there that, you know, that's meant to be like maybe philosophical, but other stuff that's just
sure. I think it's always been our goal to try to convey that we're just as normal as everyone else.
Right.
You know, we have abnormal jobs, but I feel like it's important to convey that, because hopefully that will inspire people to kind of pursue what they're into.
Right,
you know,
right.
Whatever it is that gets them going. So.
I talked to a couple of your bandmates to find out maybe a couple things that the viewers may not know about you. And one of the things that kind of piqued my interest was apparently your ability to lactate.
Yeah.
How do you find out that you can do something like that?
So, for viewers out there,
let's get one of these going.
Did you ever have like a nipple rock when you were going through puberty?
Excuse me?
Like a nipple rock, like something hard in your nipple.
No.
When I was maturing into the man that I am.
Some syrup.
I would have like this, it would get like really hard, and like, I would like squeeze it to feel like if I could break it up or like somehow make it not feel the way it was. I don't know when the pinpoint was, like when the actual moment was that I realized I could do it. Another story about lactation was actually on this tour, not this specific one, but when I was turning 21, I got lactated on by an entertainer, a dancer.
An entertainer of
On my
sorts.
21st birthday, yeah. Hers was justified by her just having a child.
Ah,
Yeah.
and that's not something that you or I can
No.
probably do.
No.
Okay. I also heard that, you know,
This is good, by the way.
is it all right?
Yeah.
All right. It's sort of biscuity.
I like it.
A little bit.
I love
more.
this.
Okay, great. So during like the formation of the Maine,
Yeah.
Pat told me that you were actually kind of second guessing it, and you were maybe going to join a fraternity.
Okay.
Is that
there
the
are
story?
a few things that these guys like to skew to make me look like a turd. First of all, let me go on camera saying that American cheese is not my favorite cheese. All right. I didn't put it on the rider. I don't know who did.
Okay.
So let's just set that straight because I did not do that. Second thing
I had no idea that was coming.
is I was in college. I had friends who were rushing a fraternity, and I was coerced into rushing as well because
Coerced.
they didn't want to be the only ones.
So you were just
So-
being a good friend.
I was being a good friend. I had their backs. I got to go party a little bit, got to drink for free. I wasn't 21 yet,
Great.
you know what I mean? And
Which we don't condone here at Breakfast
No,
with Champs.
absolutely
Of
not.
course not.
but I was never seriously considering it. I will, you know,
I could see you in a fraternity. I feel like you'd have a good time. That's not a slight. That's not a diss. I don't know anything about fraternities, so I guess I don't know if I really could see you in a fraternity. But
I will say that in the past I have exhibited frat tendencies. And I'm not saying, I have a lot of friends that were in fraternities, so.
okay. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
I was just curious. I didn't know that was a part of your previous
That
life.
was like 4 days of my past in college.
Okay. Can you kickflip?
I can't. I was never able to.
I think like
Once I learned how to sex change, it was over. Because my
That's-
body always spun. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that one. I feel like skateboarding is the one thing that I always wish that I could do, and maybe could like kickflip in my prime, which was maybe 9th grade.
Okay.
But everybody kind of says like, oh, I could probably kickflip.
Out of all the extreme sports, you would choose skateboarding
Yeah, I think so.
to be your profession?
I mean, I can't skateboard, so it's not really.
I've thought about this before. I think surfing would be mine. You ever watch Endless Summer?
No.
You should watch Endless Summer.
Endless Summer. Britney Spears movie?
No.
No.
That's
That's
a
not,
surfing movie.
that's not a surfing movie. I can't even think of what I'm thinking of. That was
Blue Crush 2?
maybe Blue Crush. Is that a Britney Spears movie?
Probably thinking of our song Every Road from the soundtrack Blue Crush 2. Check it out.
Blue Crush.
You guys
dude.
ever been in movies? Not acting, but your songs?
Have any of our songs ever been in a movie? No, but our song Secrets was in Tony Hawk 4 or 5,
What?
the new Tony Hawk,
Sick.
which we were all very excited about because, you know, Tony Hawk, the soundtrack was just legendary.
Yeah.
But this game was kind of a flop.
Nobody bought it?
One person, I've met one single
person bought it?
who had, no, I mean, yeah, probably. I've met one single person who came to a show and said, I discovered you on Tony Hawk soundtrack, which was awesome, but also like one person.
Yeah.
What do you know? Do you know anything about your astrological sign, your zodiac sign? Are you into that?
I'm not into that at all. And I don't.
I mean, I'm
really-
not either, but
I really have nothing against it. It just, to me, always sounds like
Foo? Well, the reason I'm asking is because on famousbirthdays.com, you are apparently the 4th most popular Leo named John.
That's so specific.
It's such a specific, which I thought was a fascinating statistic.
Fourth?
The 4th. You want to know who the first is? And can you guess? Which I think you guys would probably get along.
Give me a realm.
Full House.
Stamos?
John Stamos.
Nice.
Number 1. I found a fan fiction. Have you read any of your guys' fan fictions?
No.
I read 10 chapters.
No, you did
I read
not.
10 chapters, and all you did was suck each other's necks.
So what is the premise of this fan fiction just in general? Is it just smut?
It's in general, it's just...
Because didn't that was the conception of what's that smutty movie every girl watched?
50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah, that one. Wasn't that the...
Was that a fan fiction?
I thought so.
Had no idea.
Maybe
If
I'm
so,
thinking Harry
that
Potter.
fan fiction... I think you're thinking of Harry Potter for sure. Just a hickey?
Yeah. But that's kind of safe, you know?
Yeah, but when's the last... Like, you're an adult. When's the last time you got a hickey? Ever got one and had to play a show?
Yeah.
Turtleneck? I definitely have worn a fleece zipped all the way up.
Really?
And just sweated through the pain. It was shameful, for sure.
Yeah.
But you have to do what you got to do. I mean, that's all I really got.
That's all there really is.
That's all there really
You know?
is. Well, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Hope you had a good time.
Look at that.
Ooh, that nice gooey.
Got robust colors.
Cheers.
Cheers. That was delicious. Tune in next week for another episode of Breakfast with Champs.
This guy should be hosting. I should be eating. I'm sweating. You wear more clothes than most people on Warped Tour, I think.
I probably should.
No, I mean, you look great. Now get the hell out of here.